Welcome back to Unlimited Reads. You're with Chris, and thanks for joining me today because I'm pretty excited to be sharing with you some more information about the forthcoming anthology, The End of the World as We Know It, which is edited by Brian Keane and Christopher Golden, and these are stories inspired by the Stand universe, endorsed by Stephen King himself, and I can't wait for this to come in, and I just couldn't wait to share this with you because I have right here the official table of contents which lists every story by every author. Now, I did touch upon in my last video about the timelines for the stories within the Stand universe. They take place sometimes at the start of Captain Trips and during the events of the Stand, and sometimes years and years after the Stand, but it goes into a little bit more detail. So let me start by saying that the book is essentially split into 4 parts. Now, one part takes place during the initial spread of Captain Trips and the Dreams. Part 2 takes place between the migrations to Boulder and Las Vegas and the Hand of God moment. Part 3 takes place after the conclusion of the novel, detailing the world in the decades that follow. And Part 4 takes place, well, that according to the information I have, involves major spoilers, which obviously I don't know, and the creators of the book have withheld that intentionally. Alright, so here's the finalized table of contents. So we have a foreword by Christopher Golden, we have an introduction by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Stephen King. Okay, let's start with part 1, and it is called Down with the Sickness, and I'm going to list these. So first of all, we have Room 24 by Carolyn Kepnes, we have The Trips by Rath James White, we have Bright Light City by Meg Gardner, she's a good crime writer, Every Dog Has Its Day by Brian Smith, Lockdown by Bev Vincent, In a Pig's Eye by Joe R. Lansdale, Lenora by Jonathan Johns, The Hope Boat by Gabino Iglesias. This gives me an excuse to say a bit of profanity on the channel. It's not me, it's the title of the story, and it is called Wrong Fucking Place, Wrong Fucking Time by C. Robert Cargill. Prey Instinct by Hayley Piper, Grace by Tim Leben, Moving Day by Richard Chisma, La Mala Horla by Alex Segura, The African Painted Dog by Katrina Ward, she's a great author too. Till Human Voices Wake Us and We Drown by Poppy Z. Bright, another massive name. Kovach's Last Case by Michael Kurita, he's a really good crime writer. Make Your Own Way by Elma Katsu. Part 2 is called The Long Walk, and it has I Love the Dead by Josh Mailman, Milagros by Cynthia Palaio, The Legion of Swine by S.A. Cosby, Keep the Devil Down by Rio Ewers, Across the Pond by V. Castro, The Boatman by Tanarive Dew and Stephen Barnes, The Story I Tell is the Story of Some of Us by Paul Tremblay, fantastic. The Mosque at the End of the World by Usman T. Malik, Abigail's Gethsemane by Wayne Brady and Morris Brodus. Alright, part 3 is called Life Was Such a Wheel, and the first one here is He's a Righteous Man by Ronald Melfi, Awaiting Orders in Flagstone by Summer Cannon, Grand Junction by Chuck Wendig, Hunted to Extinction by Premi Muhammad, Came the Last Night of Sadness by Catherine M. Valenti, The Devil's Children by Sarah Langan, great horror writer. Part 4 has 2 stories. We have Walk on Gilded Splinters by David J. Chow, and we have The Unfortunate Convalescence of the Super Lawyer by Nat Cassidy, and an Afterward by Brian Keane. So there you go, what a lineup. There are so many stories in here, it is just incredible. I really love how different eras of the events of the Stand are going to be explored. It's going to be a fairly big scope with events happening from Captain Trips right through to events years and years after the Stand. My wish is to read about recurring characters. I want to revisit Mother Abigail and Stu Redman and all the rest because I think it'd just be a nostalgia trip. Stephen King has endorsed this himself, so that is a massive thing as well. August can't come around quick enough. I am going to be pre-ordering my copy. I will put links in the description below for both the UK and the US version, so you can jump on that bandwagon and pre-order as well. haven't been this excited about an anthology in years, and I think it's just going to be fantastic. I was happy to share this with you because it's always good to know what the table of contents is and who is writing what story, and I am intrigued and really excited. So thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, and until the next video, guys, happy reading.